In Shining World Compassion and Courage Award news from the United States.
Go vegan, go vegan, go. Go vegan, go vegan, go. No meat, no dairy, no, no. No meat, no dairy,
For over 20 years, acclaimed vegan country music singer, actress and activist Simone Reyes has been using her talents and celebrity platform to advocate for animal people rights in many areas. In addition to rescuing farmed animal persons and joining in protests, Ms. Reyes is Vice President of Communications for the non-profit Social Compassion in Legislation, which has sponsored many bills in California to save animal people's lives from experimentation, circuses and more. She also uses her eloquence to speak on the behalf of animal folk at major events and on television channels such as CNN and Headline News.
Well, I would say, one of the biggest challenges is that humans are raised to have a very strong disconnect when it comes to animal suffering. So in order to bridge that, we have to show people animal suffering so that they understand that in the same way that we bleed, in the same way that we have pain, in the same way that we suffer, there is no difference. There is no difference in the way that we suffer and an animal suffers. So it's very challenging because being an animal rights activist and a rescuer, I want to turn away from the suffering, right? It breaks my heart, but we have to look at the suffering and we have to share the suffering so that others can understand that when it comes to suffering, we are all one.
The revolution has begun. You should join us, it's gonna be fun. Go vegan, go vegan, go. Go vegan, go vegan, go.
In recognition of the accomplished Simone Reyes' fearless advocacy for animal people rights, our beloved Supreme Master Ching heartfully presents Simone Reyes the Shining World Compassion and Courage Award with all love, appreciation, and best wishes for her noble mission. May heavens forever bless and protect you and your loved ones. Our association members from California, United States, were honored to present the award letter, crystalline plaque, as well as master's publications and DVDs to Ms. Reyes. Here is an excerpt from the letter.
It is with all love, appreciation, and best wishes that we present to you the Shining World Compassion and Courage Award for bravely revealing the hidden secret of the meat industry through inspiring animal people rights activism. As an ambassador for peace and compassion, you have been at the vanguard of activism, a powerful voice on behalf of our precious co-inhabitants of planet Earth. We are privileged to present this award in recognition of your daring spirit, challenging accepted norms to make the world a kinder home for all occupants.
Thank you. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I am so honored and so excited to bring this into my vegan home. I always say we never really get the thanks, nor do we need it from the animal people, but it is such an honor to get this from the Supreme Master and her entire community because I truly believe that it is her and the community who are saving so many lives. So this is such an honor for me. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, and may heaven always protect you, Simone Reyes, in all your endeavors that create bridges of compassion between humankind and animal beings. We pray that every individual will someday soon treat our animal friends as their dearest, cherished loved ones in God's benevolence. Canadian researchers calculate amount of glacial ice lost in Northern Hemisphere. Scientists from the University of Ottawa recently estimated that 85% of the 1,704 glaciers in the Northern Hemisphere that reached the ocean in the year 2000 have since retreated, losing a total area of approximately 7,500 square kilometers of ice over the last 2 decades. The scientists use images from the Landsat and Terra satellites to manually map out the changes. Over 60% of the losses occurred in outlet regions along the edge of Greenland's ice sheet, and 123 of those glaciers that used to reach the ocean now finish on land. Such important news that you have alerted us to, University of Ottawa researchers. And we appreciate your work investigating the excessive melting of ice in the Northern Hemisphere. In the blessings of the Providence, may humanity quickly take all steps necessary to halt global warming, starting with the adoption of the Earth-supporting vegan diet.
Nissan creating solid-state batteries for electric vehicles, or EVs. Japanese car manufacturer Nissan recently opened the prototype production facility to develop laminated all-solid-state batteries, or ASSBs, at its research center in Kanagawa Prefecture. Solid-state batteries differ from the lithium-ion ones used by most EVs, as they utilize a solid electrolyte as opposed to a liquid one. According to Nissan, ASSBs have twice the energy density of lithium-ion batteries, charge significantly faster, and cost less to produce. Nissan plans to bring them to market by 2028. The brand added that by that time, the cost of their production is projected to be low enough such that solid-state battery cars will be priced similarly to petrol-powered vehicles. Companies such as Toyota, Ford, Mercedes-Benz and BMW also are developing this technology, with Toyota aiming to offer a vehicle incorporating such a battery by the mid-2020s. We applaud your achievements in this innovative field, Nissan and other manufacturers. May such advancements continue to make our global environment cleaner and happier. In celestial inspiration.
Israeli researchers discover a strain of algae that can produce hydrogen in large quantities. A study led by Professor Iftach Yacobi and PhD candidate Tamar Elman from Tel Aviv University has discovered a special strain of algae that can produce hydrogen gas on a large scale. Ordinarily, algae release hydrogen as part of their photosynthesis process, but only for a short period of time. The new strain, however, continues producing it for 12 days, which is estimated as only 10% of its potential. The researchers hope to extend the gas-producing time even longer and scale up the process for use by industry to provide an ecologically friendly source of hydrogen. Kudos Professor Iftach Yacobi, Tamar Elmond, and co-researchers on your discovery of this new variety of algae. May the brilliant scientists of our world continue to be blessed with heavenly wisdom as they help our communities transition to a pristine future.
Heroic Spanish taxi drivers support the evacuation of Ukrainian refugees. The Madrid Professional Taxi Federation collaborated with the Ukrainian embassy in Spain to send a convoy of 29 taxis to deliver supplies to the Polish-Ukrainian border and then bring 140 Ukrainian refugees back to the capital city of Madrid. The 5-day round-trip journey required travelling nearly 6,000 kilometres. Drivers Jose David Grisales and Javier Martin drove their 9-seater taxi van to rescue 3 women, 4 children and a canine person. The journeys were funded by donations, many of which were contributed by other Spanish taxi drivers and their families. Ukrainian refugees in Spain will be allowed to obtain work and residence permits. Our appreciation, Madrid Professional Taxi Federation, Spanish government, and all involved for your praiseworthy collaborative effort. May the loving people of Ukraine soon see brighter tomorrows in divine grace.
US-based philanthropic group's grant program promotes eco-friendly foods. Eat the Change Impact, or ETC Impact, sponsored by vegan snack company Eat the Change, has announced its expanded grant initiative to improve the accessibility of healthy, climate-friendly foods. ETC Impact was founded in 2020 by vegan entrepreneurs and Shining World Compassion Award laureates Seth Goldman and Julie Farkas, with a mission to make sustainable foods more accessible across the United States. With 32 awardees in 2020 and 36 in 2021, the program is continuing this trend with more than 30 grants available in 2022 to support changemaker organizations, which are nonprofits that promote plant-based eating, technology, or education in their local communities. Each recipient will receive a grant award totaling $10,000 to $25,000 towards their vegan sustainability goals. Many thanks, Eat the Change Impact, for your noble grant program to promote the vegan diet. May all the planet's co-citizens soon adopt the plant-based lifestyle to save our world in the delight of the providence.
Malleefowl bird persons identified as ecosystem engineers in Australia. A native species to Australia, these gentle people from the avian kingdom build sandy mounds between patches of many-stemmed eucalyptus trees to lay their eggs. Sometimes their nesting areas are so big that they are comparable to parking spaces. Scientists have found that through their habit of incubating their eggs in a huge pile of decomposing sticks, bark, and fallen foliage, the malleefowl bird folk offer numerous benefits to the ecosystem. Primarily, they bring much needed healthy carbon, phosphorus, and nitrogen levels to the mound and adjacent semi-arid woodlands they inhabit. From these findings, ecologists suggest that malleefowl conservation would bring advantages to many species and ecosystems in Australia. What marvellous news! May the gentle malleefowl and all other animal people species be protected and cherished forever in God's eternal love.